Hello there, my friends. My name's Kara Miller, and I have created a system, I guess, for scrapbooking called Scrapbook Simple that starts with a simple SVG. And I want to tell you just a little bit about where this came from and why. I've been a Cricut teacher online and in person for years, even before Design Space came about when we used to use cartridges, back in the day. And kind of a scrapbook wannabe, but all the details of it sort of seemed daunting to me. The measuring, the editing of the photos to get them the right size, how to make more than one picture on a page. You know, I bet you've heard that too. I love my photos matted, but the idea of, well, what size is the frame and how big is it, and measuring it every time, and then all the gadgets, anywho. I kept thinking there has to be, well, a way that's just more simple. So about 5 years ago, the Simples were born. And they're kind of a combination of layout, sketch sort of thing, and photo mats together that are standard in size and fit standard photos that I could crop without a photo editing program, that I could just print all my pictures in 4x6s, and I could still make fit more than one or two on a page. So that's what Simples are. And they're in an SVG format. So if you are a Cricut, Silhouette, Scan and Cut, any other machine that has a software that can read an SVG. Now some of your basic Silhouette software can't read SVGs, so you have to have the upgraded version. I'm not a current Silhouette user, although I have in the past. I'm much more comfortable in Cricut and Design Space, so I tend to talk in there. But it does work for others, and I have other people using them that have had great results. So, anywho, I wanted to share this with you today, and I've set up a classroom for you. If you simply go to karamiller.com and let me get back to where it is. You will see right here where it says what's new. When you click on what's new, you will see this class that you can enroll in. It's free. And when you come in here, this is where you can get your SVGs. You'll see right here it says Scrapbook Simple SVGs. You click on that, and the machine will do some thinking, and there will be there's two different SVGs here. I am not somebody who does things that you have to zip or unzip. I tend to put my Simples in just a download, save it to your computer. That's seriously the hardest part. Where did you save it? Save it to your computer and then add it to Design Space. That's it. You don't have to unzip it or recombine or do anything. It's really a pretty simple file. So let me show you how it works. Once we do this little gyration and we get the machine to do some cutting, you're going to see this layout ready to add photos to. You'll notice there's 4 spaces. And if I bring you over here, you will see this is what it looks like once Cricut's done its work. Now let me tell you how to bring it into Design Space, and then we will work over here. So you come back to the classroom, you click on this, and it wants to add it to your computer. This is a PC. I also work on a Mac, so if you have questions, I can probably help you. But it's basically going to just save it. All right? There's the tag. You have to remember where you're saving it. That's seriously the hardest part. Many of the people that I work with use little flash drives because that makes it easier to remember where you put it. So you can have a little drive like this. The SVGs, the Simples are not a huge file, so you can get a lot of them on one of these cute little drives. Anyway, you're going to save it. You're then going to open this one. This is actually the Simple. This title and journaling tag, it's just what it says. It's the Merry Christmas with the holly leaves, and this little tag, which is perfect to journal your story on. It's not so big that it's daunting, but it's big enough to get the basic who, what, when, where, why. Download this one too by simply clicking on it. Again, saving. Notice I'm saving mine to my desktop so I can find it. Okay, so here we are in Design Space, and we are going to upload our files that we saved. So we're going to say upload image, browse, remember where we saved it, to our desktop, and we're going to come out and grab the layout, the simple class layout, and say upload. And we're also going to grab the tag. Ignore that I might have another one there. I've uploaded it before, but that's okay. You will not. And you want the title and the journaling tag. Those are optional. You don't have to use those, but if you want them, I put them there for you. Okay, so now I want to click on that and add it to my canvas. And when I come into design, when I get to Design Space Canvas, you will see this is actually what a simple is. Now it has a little bit more than your basic simple, which, as I showed you over here, is just your photo mat with your matte shadow behind you. So you have a double matted photo when you get going. But in this case, I gave you a little bit more because I wanted to make it, well, simple for you. So you don't have to do anything except the sizes of your photos are here for you, just as a guide. You don't want to cut those though. You don't want your machine to cut those out. So you're going to come over here and just click on that little eye and turn it off. That just tells the Cricut, okay, that's still there, but ignore it. Then when you say make it, what's going to happen is it's going to send it, and each load of the mat will give you a different color. Remember, Cricut cuts by color. So there's the top layer. There's your shadow layer. They look kind of nondescript, sort of like color blocks or something. And there's your fourth. There's all the things that you need to cut your simple. You tell Cricut, go ahead and make it, and I will bring you over to my table and we'll see how it actually went together. Okay? So come on over here, and now we actually get to play. So the Cricut does the work, and I will tell you, it's two different parts of your brain. This is now the creative part. So I do all the cutting. That's kind of the techie part. I'm playing on my computer or my pad or my phone, talking to the computer, talking to my Cricut. Phew! So I like to do all this first, and then I come over here and I play and I make it work. Okay? So this is the optional tag and title. Just going to do a quick little rundown on this. I use this to journal on because if I mess it up, I can flip it over and journal on the other side. Gives me options. And then you have these sweet, and I cut these. I am a close to my heart fan, aficionado, and now a maker because I love their pattern paper, and I love their sticker sheets. But that's where this came from, and I'll show it to you so that if you love what I used. Basic black cardstock, and then these are your letters. What I do when I create my titles is I give them a shadow layer, which basically works like the back of a puzzle. So now I know where everything goes. I don't have to try and line this up on my layout. I line this up right here. Okay? Put your letters down, get everything going. And then this whole shebang just goes on your layout when you're ready. Simple. All right, so here's the two layers of the simple. And I tend to put this together before I even get to this part, okay? So let's talk about the photos a little bit. Photos, when printed, come out in a 4x6. And I put all my photos away. Hold on, let me just grab one that I can show you. I should edit this out, but you know what? Hey, it's real life. This is what happens. Okay, so there's a photo. Those are my 3 granddaughters. I have another granddaughter in a different family too, but these are the 3 sisters, frequent members, frequent pieces you'll see in my layouts. They're my models. And if I look at this and I think, well, that's a great photo just the way it is, but I don't have room for that on here. So let's bring you back for a second to Design Space, to where the sizes were. Let me turn this on so that you can see it. All right, so there's a 3.5 by 3.5, a 3 by 3, and two 3 by 4s. Okay, so let me give you those and so that you can see them. This is a 3 by 4. So let's talk about that one first. And if you'll notice, that fits right there, and it also fits right here. So how can I make this 4 by 6 photo fit the 3 by 4 without losing any of the cool stuff? Well, I don't really need, because half of Lucy's boot is missing anyway. Half of Lucy's boot, sorry, I didn't bring you back. I want to make this fit the 3 by 4 right there, okay? All right. Part of her boot's missing, Rosie's foot's missing, so it's not like some of this wasn't already cropped away. But what's important is the faces and the snow. So I kind of want the tippity top of Grace's hat. So I'm going to do that. This is part of my toolkit, and I do it in the clear acrylic. I have these made for me in the sizes that fit our spaces. I'm not worrying about a photo editing program. I'm not worrying about, well, what do I do about, how do I get this without making it pixelated or blurry or distorted? All I have to do is put my template on top, no computer needed, take long blade scissors, and horrors of horrors, just cut my photo. Now, had you not seen this before, you would not know that it was missing anything, and you get to see the highlights of their faces, right? Okay, so that's what the toolkit uses, and I have a link to them below if you want more information. I use them every week when I do Facebook Live so that you can see them. So first things first, I'm going to take this and I'm going to attach the white layer to the shadow layer. Just stick it on down. No measuring needed. And now I'm going to have a double mat. Right? Just pop this in, wiggle it around till it's exactly where you want it, and there you go, double matted photos. I've already cropped these, so here are my, this is Mrs. Claus, this is the two older ones. These are last year's Christmas, believe it or not, and we're just getting around to it. But there's my photos. All set, ready to go. I cropped them with the toolkit, and now I'm just going to pop these babies down. Again, I don't have to measure, I just eyeball it because the toolkit is made, or the sizes, you can use the sizes if you don't already have a toolkit. The sizes that I gave you will make these photos fit exactly into the simple spaces. Pop you down. That's Rosie's first ornament on Mimi's tree. And they go to this great, they do this every year with them. And Mrs. Claus reads to them at this water park. They have a blast. And they spend the night and see Santa and Mrs. Claus. Okay, so there is that. I've done all the photos. Everything's ready to go. Now, the other layers that you saw in your SVG are these two layers. Whoops. Notice there's a hole there, and you're wondering, wait, but lady, there's a hole in this. So I didn't have to waste a whole sheet of paper. If you look at the title, it had these sweet little berries that go on your layout. I popped them in here, and I'll show you in a little, I have a mini video that's in the classroom for you that shows you how to set this up so that you don't waste a whole sheet of paper to just cut those, okay? Because when I put this down, I'm going to cover it up and you're not going to see it. So you're never going to know that there's a hole back there, and you don't waste this paper. And you could do a lot with it. I could have done my letters with it if I wanted. What if I wanted Merry Christmas out of this red? Yep, I could have put it right in here. Okay, so this goes like this, and again, it's eyeballing because there's not that much that you have to worry about. You can figure out, is this even? If you're going to be up at night and you're not going to sleep, then use your rulers, but I'm okay. I can get it. And if it's not perfect, I can peel it up and fix it. And then I'm ready to pop my photos on. No need to measure or worry about them either because they're already down. Pop the Simple and its shadow onto your layout. I'm kind of cheating because this plaid paper gives me nice straight lines, but that's okay. And then here is our background sheet. Now, I'm not always a huge fan of 3 different patterns, but this works. This is, again, it's a close to my heart. I told you I love them. This is their Christmas story paper. Love, love, love. But I get the paper packet and the sticker when I do it because I love the stickers. And these give me all the embellishments and stuff without all the work. Like, I could not journal. I could just put the stockings were hung by the chimney with care and be good. I could do that too, this one. It's got these great little words that would add to this. Oh, so much. I didn't do that because I don't want you to have to do it. So I could go with this and be done. I could just pop my journal in up here somewhere and be done with it. Or I can add the Merry Christmas title that I've also given you. Fits right here, and you just pop this on. You could put this on with some foam tape if you like a little dimension. And then you line up your letters, and you'll notice that they all fit, so I don't have to measure these either. You can tell, I've said that about 12 times. I don't like to measure. I don't like rulers. I want to make sure it's straight, but I don't want to have to worry about it. And so I design all these things so that you don't have to either. Because I feel like we want to be creative, but we do not need to be mathematicians. All right? Pop this all down, and then it's time to add the fun. It's time to add the embellishments and the stickers and all the fun things that you might want to add, or let your photos speak for themselves. Get over there. There's Merry Christmas, and then here, these little leaves go right in here like so. And then the holly berries that I cut out of the middle goes right there, right? Now the tag, same deal. It has a shadow layer, so it works the same way. It gives you a positioning tool, and then you have your berries, and they just fit right on there around the shadow as well. Make sure you line them up. And I journal on this, and I do it before I put it down, right here. I could journal with my Cricut if I don't like my handwriting. Remember, Cricut can write. And I have a little short video in the classroom too on how to write on your tag using your Cricut. So I don't want to take time now, but you can go look at that if you're not comfortable with adding to your Cricut, of having your Cricut do the writing. But they definitely can. And that is how you scrapbook simple. And I hope that you've enjoyed this and that you think that this is fun. And if you think that this might help you, because you don't like to measure either, check us out. And we'll see you again soon. Happy scrapping. Bye.